Hey folks, this is Matt once again with another review. This one of Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Of course, 10 years from the original, 1978, this came out in 1988. Directed by Dwight H. Little, actually. Same guy who would go on to direct Marked for Death by Steven Seagal, Rapid Fire, that recent one Tekken, which I actually liked. But I like Dwight H. Little, you know. I liked him as a director. He's made some fuck-ups, but Marked for Death was good, Rapid Fire was good, and this was a good film. This is a film I do highly enjoy. I do think it's one of the best of the Halloween franchise. Definitely one of the good ones. Basically, like I said, takes place 10 years after the original film. Seems after Halloween 2, Michael Myers was not dead. He got burned, but he was in sort of a coma for that 10 years. And Dr. Loomis, Donald Pleasence, he's still alive, but he's been burned as well. Of course, you don't buy it because at the end of Halloween 2, Michael Myers was basically fucking ashes, but, you know, that's how it goes. Sometimes it's just bullshit. And you don't buy that Loomis survived either, but, hey, you know, sometimes bullshit walks. But Michael Myers is being transported, and he escapes, and then you get a scene with like a thumb in someone's forehead, which is a cool effect. I think John Carl Buechler helped do effects on this film. One thing leads to another, and he's basically going back to Haddonfield because he wants his niece, played by Danielle Harris. Her character, Jamie, her character is the is the daughter of Laurie Strode, who here, supposedly, Jamie Lee Curtis's character has died in a car accident. But, of course, as we know, that wasn't really the case. But she has Danielle Harris does a good job in this film. Alec Cornell, who plays... I guess you could say her sister. I mean, granted, they're not blood related, but... looks up to her as a sister, and Alec Cornell, does a really great job here as Rachel. She really does try to protect Jamie. She gets picked on at school. People say, oh, you're an orphan, da 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 da. She doesn't like the Halloween time. She gets like these weird nightmares. Something that maybe Rob Zombie was trying to do in Halloween 2 was how that Laurie Strode, oh my god, it's fate, and you're going to become this. But they handle a lot... First off, they handle it here already. And they handle a lot more better because it's more subtle. She has a dream of the Nightmare Man, as she calls it. And they handle more in a subtle way, which I think makes it better. And what I like about the film is it's a simple film. It doesn't have much bullshit with you know, Men in Blacks like this fucking movie and so much more. It's Michael Myers, he's come back, and Loomis, Donald Pleasence, I think, definitely has more to do as Dr. Loomis in this flick. Chasing Michael to his gas station, just gets blown up, chasing him to Haddonfield. I like the guy who wrote this film, Alan B. McElroy. He also helped write, he wrote Rapid Fire, he wrote Wrong Turn, the first Wrong Turn. He even wrote Tekken, which again, I liked that movie. And he did, the DVD has a lot of good features, has 2 commentary tracks, has a commentary track with Ellie Cornell and Danielle Harris, and it has a commentary track with writer Alan B. McElroy, and that one's moderated by a guy who runs a Halloween website. It also has the making of Halloween 4, Halloween 4 and 5 discussion panel. Really good features, especially I love the commentary with the writer because it's a fun commentary track, but you also get a lot of good info, insider info on the film. I like the little bit he says, if you haven't read the script, don't blame the writer because, you know, sometimes they get rewritten by committee, which is true. But characters behave here in a fairly decent manner. When Loomis gets to the sheriff's office, they're a little bit questioning him, but the sheriff pretty much immediately, okay, Loomis, say you're right. What should we do? It's smart. The supporting characters, like I said, Ellie Cornell, she has a little love triangle with Sasha Jensen, this other girl, Kathleen Kinmont. They're likable characters. They're more than decent actors. One guy's trying to ask Kathleen Kinmont before he says anything. She just looks and goes, fuck off. So you get some fun moments like that. You feel sorry for Jamie, for Danielle Harris's character. Then she gets picked on at school. She has these weird nightmares. She doesn't know what's going on. Alec Cornell, very likable, very strong. He's not, ooh, I broke a nail, like a wimp. She does a smart thing, so later on, if she sees someone who looks like Michael Myers, she doesn't go to investigate. She runs the other way, like any smart person would. And it really is like a pumped up version of the original film. It's Michael Myers. You get some good makeup effects, like the thumb in the forehead. Kathleen Kinmont's character gets a shotgun shoved into her and against the wall. Dwight H. Little does a good job invoking that it's the Halloween season. Gives a good atmosphere and mood, so at night times you see a lot of blue lighting. Even the opening, where it shows like the scarecrows and stuff like that, has a good atmosphere to it. I thought solid job with it. The score by Alan Howarth, a guy who's worked with John Carpenter a few times. He did a great job. It was an entertaining film. You have good characters, likable characters like Danielle Harris and Alec Cornell. Donald Pleasence did a good job in this film. You have some Michael Myers action, like when he gets in the back of a pickup truck and fucks people up one by one, and grabs a guy and like rips his throat out, like has an ending that I rather enjoyed. Of course, the ending being that Danielle Harris's character, they've killed Michael Myers, and Danielle Harris, now she might be the new one, and Donald Pleasence's like, no, tries to shoot her, but they stop him, and he's like, he can't believe that it's happening all over again. I thought, wow, that's a cool ending. It's an intriguing ending. It makes me want to see more. Until I saw that, and then I did. But granted, some people may not like the film because it links to this one and Part 6, and they're not good movies. But if you can somehow look at this as just its own film, it's a solid film. It has a interesting ending, intriguing ending, has a good pace. The film is under 90 minutes. I mean, it says an hour and 28 minutes, and that's with credits. It doesn't do a lot of stupid, annoying stuff. It doesn't have a lot of stupid, annoying characters or characters doing, once in a while, they do a lot of the smart moves, which I appreciate. You have solid sequences like the rooftop scene where they're on the rooftop, Alec Cornell and Danielle Harris trying to get across the rooftop while Michael Myers is stalking them. And like I said, in this commentary thread from the writer, with Alec Cornell and Danielle Harris, it's okay, but the writer is really interesting because you have a moderator, and so it keeps it moving. It's a lot of fun, but you get a lot of good info. Like the whole rooftop scene, the whole house in the script was supposed to be burning. So the whole thing was supposed to be on fire, and then add to, okay, they're being stalked on the rooftop of that house that they were at. The writer wrote a beginning where it actually took right after Halloween 2. So you saw like a hospital corridor, and you saw Donald Pleasence's character fly out as the explosion hits, which would explain why Loomis was still alive. Which I don't know why Dwight H. Little decided not to shoot that, but that's how it goes. I really don't have much complaints about this film. Other than it's sad that they didn't really, they pussied out on the ending to this film for the sequels, but it's not this film's fault. And the writer and director were asked to come back for Halloween 5, but like, nah, you guys go ahead. I'm sure now they're like, damn, we should have done it. But it's a solid sequel. It's a fun sequel, helped by likable characters. Danielle Harris, Ellie Cornell, Donald Pleasence is good. Fun sequences like Michael Myers fucking shit up in the back of the pickup truck, the rooftop stalk and chase sequence, some decent kills. Just all together. And also it just has a really good commentary track. I like these commentary tracks. That's entertaining but also very informative. And the writer one with Alan B. McElroy seems like a cool, nice guy. So I enjoy this film a lot. So I know it's shorter than I usually do review, but not much more I can say about Halloween 4. The return of Michael Myers. It was a good return. I think it got #1 for 2 weeks in a row when it came out. But unfortunately, they did this one, which I'll get to next. So take care, and we will see you later. Ciao.